Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's have a look at the stocks on the move today here in Europe. I'm Caroline Hepker alongside Jumana Basetji. We're joined by Bloomberg reporter Chloe Millay. Good morning.
Good morning.
So a nosedive for Temenos, the Swiss banking tech specialist, in early trading in Europe.
Yeah, absolutely. So Temenos replaced its CEO effective immediately last night. So the CEO Jean-Pierre Brulard had been in place for just a little over a year. He joined in May 2024, and he'll be replaced by the current CFO on an interim basis. So this came as a bit of a surprise, and the chairman said on a conference call, "We are not aggressively against Jean-Pierre," which sounds like they are maybe at least a little bit against him. He said that after careful deliberation, they have determined that to have a fully functional team, it is best to let Jean-Pierre go. So the market reacted quite badly to this because, of course, that raises questions about the stability of that company and the strategic direction after letting the CEO go just after a year of being in place. Brulard had overseen quite a drastic reduction in midterm targets that better aligned with estimates, but the performance has been quite uneven for Temenos, and the company still has some work to do, even more now, to kind of get back into investors' good graces.
And also in focus is the Danish wind developer Orsted. What did their latest profit outlook tell us?
Yeah, so it's definitely a tough year, last few weeks at least for Orsted, with a lot of different setbacks. The latest, as you say, is that they cut their profit forecast range this morning, and that comes right before a very important vote that is taking place today. So shareholders will be voting on the rights offering that Orsted announced back in August, and which it said was necessary to bolster its finances. The reason why it needs to do that is because Trump has a big vendetta against offshore wind. It says that it kills birds, that it causes cancer, and he's really trying to halt all of those different projects. And he recently ordered Orsted to stop working on a big $6.3 billion project off the coast of Rhode Island in the US, and that was a project that was really close to completion. And Orsted is also suing the Trump administration to try and revive the construction of that wind farm. So there's a lot going on, but obviously now all eyes are kind of turned on that vote, on that capital raise.
Yeah, he also doesn't like the look of them. He's complained about the look of them, close to his golf clubs, for example, here in the UK.
Yeah, a real vendetta.
In terms of another story then, Hexagon's design business, an acquisition, how's the market reacting to that?
Yeah, quite well. So Hexagon is a Swedish industrial business, and there's a US-based company called Cadence Design Systems, which is a company that makes essentially software and hardware to help companies design electronic products, which is quite niche, but quite an important industry. And it has agreed to acquire Hexagon's design and engineering unit for 2.7 billion euros. Cadence is trying to kind of get in on the explosion in spending on artificial intelligence computing. And obviously that is because there's an increasing cost of building really complex products like aircraft or vehicles. And so there's a push to test those new designs in simulations on computers that can kind of model the impact of real world phenomena like heat will have, for example, on performance. And so what this acquisition will enable Cadence to do is to do that better, do those simulations better. Cadence also said that that acquisition will allow it to add customers in new markets, including Volkswagen, Toyota, and BAE Systems. And so that acquisition for Hexagon was received also quite positively for the market.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.